Welcome to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, and we're again coming to you from Ledyard Financial Services, where they help you to plan so you live well. We'll hear from Scott Laughinghouse, the Senior Vice President and Executive Regional Manager for the Concord area. Dana Michalovic of Good Neighbor Health will introduce us to their services. Barbara Taylor will present the digital considerations of the Kearsarge Regional High School STEAM proposal. And we'll close with Ed Otto introducing us to Round Around the Christmas Tree song, a staple in his family for many years. Don't go away because you won't want to miss this week's edition of Yankee Chronicle.
There's a big difference between a big box store and a LaValle Middleton building supply.
When you're a local store, you need to compete with the bigger chains. So we've combined our purchasing power with over 300 independent lumberyard and home centers, and we've passed those savings on to you.
Our customers have grown up with our stores, and now their kids are shopping here with our kids.
We have everything you need for any home improvement project you can think of.
And the possibilities are endless.
If we had a motto, it would be neighbors helping neighbors build a community.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from Ledyard Bank here in Hanover. I love coming to this location. It's so beautiful here in downtown Hanover. And I'm now joined by someone I've known for a very long time, and I'm sure plenty of our viewers do too, Scott Laughinghouse. He's the Senior Vice President, Regional Executive here at Ledyard. Hi, Scott.
Abby, good to be with you.
Good to be with you. I've only known you, I think we were talking before, since I was 6, so.
Yeah, that was about 10 years ago, was it?
Yeah, I'm only 16, that's right, that's right. How are you doing, and how is your new position here at Ledyard?
I'm doing terrific, and things are excellent here at Ledyard. It's fun being with a bank that I've known a long time, competed against, admired, had respect in a mutual way with a lot of the team, and now I'm right with them.
Sure. And your connection to the area, to New Hampshire, goes very deep in banking. So tell us just a little bit about your background in the banking industry.
Yeah, it's been about 20 years in New Hampshire banking, and then I was in the New York metro area for about 5 since then. Okay. Just came back the end of June to join Ledyard.
Oh, really exciting.
Yeah, very exciting.
Back
very
here.
Exciting.
So tell us about this position with Ledyard, because this is new. It's never been a position here before, and you're based out of Concord. Correct.
It's the, it was formed for the purpose of growing all of our business lines in Concord. Sure. We've had an exposure there. We've had, foot in the water for a long time. People have known us, but probably fewer businesses have been called upon by us during that time. Fewer people for their personal business, perhaps, over that time. And now we really want to have a substantial presence, not only in Concord, but the entire capital region and areas beyond.
And that really brings you down to southern New Hampshire, which must be a nice change of pace as well.
It is. I mean, the Concord market is it's a strong one. As we all know, a lot of people come into the capital city to work every day and then populate the surrounding towns. So we'll be, as I say, pursuing that business throughout. And yes, south, north of the Concord, Lakes region. Great. We want people to feel comfortable in calling on us anywhere, anytime. We also offer wealth management services through Ledyard Financial Advisors. And over the course of the last year, we've added a full-service, brand-new branch on South Main Street in Concord, offering all of our personal banking services as well as commercial and small business banking services. But we all know that the locations are less critical than they once were, particularly post-COVID.
Yes, of course. And so what does your day-to-day entail with this new position? What can people expect when they hear about your position or get in contact with you?
Yeah, it's an exciting position in so much as I'm meeting people a great deal out face-to-face, being appropriately cautious with respect to all the current guidelines.
You have a Ledyard mask, that helps.
I do. I put it in my pocket here in this high HVAC turnover room that we're in. That's right, and so it's been great to get out to see various professionals that I've done business with for a long time, to call on businesses that I've known for a long time, and to make introductions of our other very experienced professionals in each of our lines of business to those people.
And for viewers watching, who's the ideal person to reach out to you and say, Scott, this is my story, this is what I'm looking for help with? Who's that person that should reach out to you?
It's the person who owns a small business and is interested in having a partner who can advise them on how to structure the financing. It would be a real estate investor who is going to purchase a large or small commercial property. Much of my background in New York City was in fact commercial real estate.
Interesting.
So it's nice how that lends. But if it's somebody who's looking for help on selling their business, we can bring expertise from the commercial lending area, or more importantly in the selling side, people who specialize in transition, selling businesses, how to invest the assets afterward.
Interesting.
Home mortgages, we're really focused on first-time home buyers in Concord. And more, there are cash management services available that most of the public is beginning to hear more and more about. We've got excellent capability on that front.
That's wonderful. And after your many years of banking, why Ledyard?
There are a couple of things that really impressed me about the bank from afar and now certainly from within. The two most critical things, I think, are one of which everyone looks for, whether it's a business or a person when they speak to the bank. They don't think they're going to get it, but they want urgency.
Yes.
And we deliver urgency in spades.
That's wonderful.
The second piece would be expertise. We've got high-level, extended periods of expertise in each area so that people can really get guidance. And I think we're careful not to heap it on folks when they're not prepared to receive it. But they should know and they should seek out the best partners they can for their business, for their retirement, for their home ownership, for their managing of cash.
I also love that you're all part of the community too, so I can see you at the local grocery store or plenty of other things that happen around the area and know that you're connected to Ledyard, but you're also part of the community, which I think is fantastic.
Well, and it's fun for me because I can do that in Hanover, I can do it in New London, I can do it in Concord, I can do it in Manchester, and I've known people in all those communities.
And there's still an office for you to work at too in all those locations.
That's
so
right.
Scott Laughinghouse, great to see you. Congratulations on this new position and thanks for having us here at Ledyard.
Glad you're here, Abby.
Thank
Thanks.
you. When we return, we'll visit with Dana Michalovic of the Good Neighbor Health Clinic. Remember, when you buy from a local business, you assure that the activities and institutions that they support will continue to be around as long as they are. Please stay with us.
At H.R. Clough and Kearsarge Heating, we sell, install, tune, and repair heating and cooling systems and deliver your fuel oil and propane. But we're much more, with more frequent major weather events. Don't say again, I should have installed a generator. H.R. Clough provides the best home generator systems available from Generac. Our highly trained personnel provide you a complete turnkey installation. For a free estimate, call the H.R. Clough Company today. Over 4 generations of local ownership and dependable service.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm Abby Peel, your host. Good Neighbor Health Clinic has earned a 2021 gold rating from the National Association of Free and Charitable Clinics Quality Standards Program. Let's hear about this great program. Hi, Dana.
The Good Neighbor Health Clinic and Red Logan Dental Clinic provides care to people in the Upper Valley who otherwise would go without. We've been in existence for 27 years, and the need hasn't gone away. The truth is, 1,400 people come to us every year for about 3,000 patient visits, and for them, this service is critical. All of the care is provided by volunteers. We have about 24 licensed medical providers and a dozen dentists, and they work together with students to treat patients. The dental clinic, the Red Logan Dental Clinic, is a full-time operation. We have students from Tufts, University of New England, and Boston University who live in the Upper Valley for 3 months at a time and see patients while they're here. This is part of their requirements for graduation. We also have students from Geisel School of Medicine, and they come during their second year. They fill an integral part of our service delivery plan at the clinic. They act as nurses, so they room patients, take vital signs, listen to the patient describe their concern, and then they report that back to the physician who's also in clinic. So it's a teaching setting for both medical and dental. The patients we care for typically don't have insurance, although we see a number of people who have high deductible health plans. They're putting off their health care in favor of paying for rent or their car payment or daycare. So our goal is really to help people get the care they need without incurring any medical debt. Dartmouth Hitchcock provides us with free labs and x-rays. We provide patients with free medicines. We have vision clinics, diabetes clinics, asthma clinics. So we think we are filling the gaps as they emerge in the Upper Valley. The medical clinic often sees patients within a day or two of their calling, and a patient might see a primary care provider here, and then we can also refer to our own in-house specialists. So we have specialists in dermatology, rheumatology, psychiatry, women's health, and endocrinology if someone has diabetes, or a cardiologist who also volunteers. So we're able to help people without sending them to specialists, although we do send people to specialists too. So we offer access to health care. That's really the primary piece of the puzzle. Access to health care is difficult for people who can't get away during the work hours. We have evening clinics. The clinics usually are referred to by friends and family. So they might have a family member who's not getting care, and they'll be encouraged to come to the clinic, and people say, oh, that's not for me. But it really is. We serve people that live within 30 miles of White River Junction. The dental clinic does ask for proof of income, and we don't provide care for people who have dental insurance. But if people are without, certainly we provide care, and anybody who has a dental emergency or is in pain should certainly call and see if we can help them. We try to put those folks at the top of our waiting list and usually see them within a day or two. One of the reasons for our agility is we are a very lean organization. Our total budget is just over $700,000, and 1/2 of that is provided by local community members who make donations to the clinic. Those might be through donor-advised funds or an IRA distribution, or just a check for $25 or $250. It's all welcome, and it's all a critical part of our funding. We get a small amount from the state of Vermont. Right now they're giving us some funding for a tobacco cessation program, and we're also doing outreach for cancer screening through a small grant from the state of Vermont. Local funders include service organizations, the Rotary groups, the Lions clubs, and some informal organizations that think of us annually. We're very grateful for that. We could not do this without the help of the entire community.
Thanks, Dana. The clinic is providing in-person visits as well as telephone triage and support. Let them know if you would like to access care using telehealth. Call 802-295-1868 and leave a message. In our continuing effort to learn more about the Kearsarge Regional High School's STEAM Wing proposal, we hear from Barbara Turner, the Director of Technology. Now these words from some of the good folks that make your Yankee Chronicle possible.
simple solutions in a challenging world. Let Echo Communications make your life simpler. From the beginning, creating design through the commercial print process and ending with custom mailing, all easily coordinated in one place. Echo Communications provides simple solutions in a challenging world. One place, many solutions. Learn more at echocominc.com.
Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel. Barbara Turner oversees the digital technology for the Kearsarge Regional School District. Let's now hear about the integration into the STEAM proposal. Hi, Barbara.
Thank you, Abby. Joining me today is Chris Spooner, the technology and engineering teacher from Kearsarge Regional High School. Technology has certainly evolved in the last 20 years when classrooms either had no computers or they had one workstation to classrooms having a set of computers for students to work on. Now we have a laptop and a Chromebook for every teacher and student. Those devices, along with the textbooks that students still continue to use, allow them to go online and find resources to help them better understand concepts and get a richer, deeper learning.
In the 14 years I've taught here, I went from teaching CAD that was focused on making engineering drawings with dimensions on them and locating holes with numeric dimensions that might be sent off to a machine shop to be made that really wasn't a practical experience, to CAD being used to make actual products using our 3D printers, laser cutters, and CNC routers. Students can see exactly what their numbers mean and how they affect the actual products when the pieces come, they get the hands-on with the pieces they actually produce.
So students graduating from high school and going into the workplace, they are expected to know how to use computers. It's a major function of any job that they may encounter, whether it be an electrician or a computer engineer.
While we integrate technology into more and more of our classes, there is still a separation between the electronics technology and the practical technology education, like wood shop and manufacturing type skills. Those two things are getting closer and closer together, and we have the tools to use them, but because of our space in the school, it's very hard for us to be able to take and have kids who are working in 3D modeling space come down to the wood shop and make those items using our CNC routers, or the kids who are designing to build buildings come and use the CAD to design their building and figure out how it's going to go together in real space. The building addition will move those two departments right next to each other and allow kids to move back and forth in a modern manufacturing situation. This is really important for kids who are not going off to college, because a lot of those manufacturing jobs will be taking and working with engineering and design and implementing those skills. And if they understand how both sides are done, they'll make both the college-bound engineers and the work-bound manufacturing students have a respect and understanding of what they'll have to do and what the other side is working on.
We've worked over the past several years to upgrade our infrastructure to include faster internet so that students can take advantage of the online resources that are available to them. We have also made sure that science, graphic arts, and the robotics departments all have the technology that they need so that students can be creative and have the tools necessary to go into the workforce. What we're lacking is the space to do that in an efficient manner.
The 20th century education siloed each subject in its own individual domain. English was different from social studies, which was different from math, which was different from science, which was different from wood shop, which was different from music. The 21st century is going to be about putting those things together. Your science and math are really together. Your social studies is really English with science applied to it and math applied to it. Your technology classes are your math and science applied and your English applied to making real things. Your English is how can you write about the stuff you've built. And our space is built for a 20th century model where each department is very isolated. And the building expansion would bring a lot of those rooms right together, where science could come down and work with the technology rooms. The math could have physical examples of stuff they've built using CAD and graphic design.
When our students graduate high school and they go out into the workforce, they're going to find that technology is an integral part to any job, from automotive mechanics to modern manufacturing, companies like Hypertherm. By expanding this space, we are providing all of our students with the necessary skills that they'll need to go into the workforce and have successful careers.
Thanks, Barbara. We will be repeating all the STEAM segments together leading up to the district's annual deliberative session on January 8th in the Yankee Chronicle time slot. When we return, we'll have a unique seasonal music segment with Ed Otto. Now let's introduce you to the supporters of your Yankee Chronicle.
Warner's Main Street Bookends has been your community bookstore since 1998 and voted Yankee Magazine's Editor's Pick must-see bookstore. Bookends is a full-service store offering a huge selection of current fiction and nonfiction with children's book selection, toys, and games. Bookends has a huge card selection for all occasions, along with Main Street Marketplace and Gallery in the attached barn. 100% solar, Main Street Bookends of Warner is building your community one book at a time.
I'm Abby Peel. Welcome back to your Yankee Chronicle. To keep with the season, let's hear the unique story of a family song, Round Around the Christmas Tree. Hi, Ed.
The song was from my childhood with my parents, Roy and Helen Ely. They loved Christmas very much, and they found the song Around the Christmas Tree. They developed it themselves. They enjoyed having people over. My father used to play harmonica, my mother would play the guitar. So it's a musical family. And my mother used to, after my father passed, my mother used to sing it at a lot of the Christmas parties in the family.
So Chris sang the song and I recorded it, and I found this composer, a music professional in Concord named William Fletcher. I sent him the file. He took Chris's singing and the written song words, and he scored it and he transcribed it and he sent it back to me. So I took the score and his musical version file, and I filed a copyright application with the federal government. I came across an ad in Kearsarge Sharper, which is a local paper here, and it was an ad for Carl Brogan's Sugar River Studio. So I contacted him, and we set up a meeting that came here in his studio and
told me their story about this wonderful song, Round Around the Christmas Tree, and they asked me if I would be interested in finishing up the project musically and putting on the lead vocal to the song. Well, they brought me a CD. It had most of the instrumentation on it already. I decided that it would be good to add a few things, so I took an acoustic guitar and added that part to it. I took a bass guitar, added that part to it, and I added the sleigh bells at the beginning and the end of the song. And then I mixed it all down, mastered it, and finally I put my lead vocal on there and spent some time because they wanted a certain sound out of the vocal. I spent some time developing that sound, both in the computer and in myself.
Chris and I met with him, and along the way Chris said, oh yeah, I want to find someone that also has a voice like Burl Ives.
And I've never thought of myself as a Burl Ives type, but it was really interesting to do, to perform the song. I do get to play the song occasionally. I do solo work at nursing homes and assisted living facilities, as well as playing in a band. So occasionally I get to actually perform the song too. Well, when you listen to the song, it's a wonderful old tune. They just don't write them like that anymore. And to have something that is an original song, I write original songs myself, and it's a wonderful privilege to have something like that and be asked to perform on it.
Now we have something to pass on to our children and our grandchildren.
And we hope that other people can find that they enjoy it too.
Around the Christmas tree, oh how happy we will be. Plenty of toys for you and me. Around the Christmas tree, I see a dolly with the curly hair and a little rocking chair. Games and trains are everywhere. Joy for you and me. The pretty lights upon the tree, beautiful ornaments I can see, and on the top a big bright star looks down on the happy faces near and far. Around the Christmas tree, happy, happy we will be. Joy to the world, I'd like to say, on this merry, merry Christmas holiday. Merry Christmas, a merry, merry, merry Christmas.
Thanks, Ed. What a seasonal delight. Next week, your Yankee Chronicle will present our holiday special presenting the 2019 performance by the area choir of their COVID-interrupted annual Christmas concert. Tune in and enjoy. Don't miss our live basketball game of the week at ycnnow.com with replays on WYCX every Sunday and Monday at noon and 5 p.m. This coming week, we will be at Kearsarge as the girls host Hopkinton on Friday at 5:52 p.m. Our games are brought to you by HR Clough, LaValley's Building Supply, Barton Insurance, Bubba's Bar and Grill, Montcalm Golf Club, and Echo Communications. I'm Abby Peel. Join us in 3 weeks at this same time for a 2022 edition of Your Yankee Chronicle. Happy holidays and stay safe, everyone.